What if I told you that a single anime film outgrossed Hollywood blockbusters in the middle of a global pandemic and helped save the entire Japanese box office? That's not hype. That's what happened with Demon Slayer. So how did a series about a kind-hearted boy with a sword become one of the biggest global phenomena in modern entertainment? Why did Demon Slayer explode beyond anime fandom and reach mainstream America? Let's break it down. Demon Slayer, or Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, started as a manga by Koyoharu Gotoga in 2016. On the surface, it's simple. A Taisho-era Japan setting, demons lurking in the night, and a young boy named Tanjiro Kamado trying to save his sister. But here's the key. It didn't become a phenomenon because it reinvented shonen. It became a phenomenon because it perfected it. First, let's talk about emotional clarity. Tanjiro isn't complicated. He isn't edgy. He's not driven by revenge alone. Yes, his family is slaughtered. Yes, his sister Nezuko is turned into a demon. But what defines him isn't anger. It's empathy. Even when facing demons who have killed hundreds, Tanjiro mourns them. He recognizes their humanity. That emotional consistency makes him universally relatable, especially for Western audiences who connect strongly with morally grounded heroes. Compare that to darker anti-heroes dominating late 2010s media. Tanjiro felt refreshing. Now let's look at structure. Demon Slayer follows a very classical hero's journey. Training arc, selection exam, ranked organization, elite warriors. A final boss with a clear hierarchy beneath him. It's clean, it's digestible. The power system, breathing styles, is also simple but visually complex. It's not about complicated rules. It's about discipline, mastery, and lineage. Water, flame, thunder, wind, stone, mist. Each breathing style is rooted in physical swordsmanship, but visualized with elemental effects. And here's something important. Those elements aren't literally there. Within the story, characters don't actually summon water or fire. It's a stylistic representation of their technique. That subtle detail keeps the power scaling grounded. And that grounded system makes every fight emotional instead of mathematical. Take the flame Hashira, Rengoku. His breathing style isn't just fire. It represents passion, duty, and inherited will. His battle on the Mugen Train arc, adapted in Demon Slayer Mugen Train, wasn't just about strength. It was about legacy. That movie became the highest-grossing Japanese film of all time. Why? Because it hit at the perfect cultural moment. Let's talk timing. When Demon Slayer's anime adaptation premiered in 2019, it was produced by Ufotable. And Ufotable didn't just animate it, they elevated it. Episode 19 changed everything. Tanjiro's Hinokami Kagura dance sequence against Rui wasn't just a fight scene. It was choreography, music, 3D camera work, and 2D Sakuga blended seamlessly. The score by Yuki Kajiura swelled at the exact emotional beat when Tanjiro chose love over despair. That clip went viral globally. It wasn't just anime fans sharing it. It was casual viewers saying, "Wait, anime looks like this now?" And here's where the phenomenon really starts. Accessibility. Demon Slayer doesn't require years of anime literacy. There's no overwhelming lore dump, no political complexity, no moral ambiguity you need a flowchart to understand. It's family, it's grief, it's perseverance. Those themes translate across cultures. Even Nezuko, who barely speaks, became a merchandising icon. Her bamboo muzzle, her pink kimono, the protective sibling dynamic. It resonates with Western audiences used to strong sibling bonds in storytelling. But there's more happening under the surface. Demon Slayer is deeply rooted in Japanese folklore. Demons resemble onai from traditional mythology, humanoid creatures tied to suffering and corruption. Muzan Kibutsuji, the series' main antagonist, isn't just a villain. He represents fear of death and obsession with immortality, themes that echo through Japanese literature. His ability to disguise himself and infiltrate society reflects historical anxieties about hidden corruption during Japan's modernization in the Taisho era. That historical setting matters. The Taisho period was when Japan was rapidly industrializing. Old traditions were clashing with modern progress. Demon slayers, who operate in secrecy with swords while trains and electricity emerge, symbolize tradition fighting extinction. Even the breathing techniques tie into Zen philosophy. Controlled breathing in Japanese martial arts reflects inner harmony. When Tanjiro improves his total concentration constant technique, it's not just physical growth, it's spiritual discipline. That subtle cultural authenticity gives the series weight. Now let's talk about pacing. One reason Demon Slayer exploded in the US is because it doesn't waste time. Arcs are tight, fights are decisive. Villains get backstories quickly. There's no 50-episode stalling. Modern American viewers, especially streaming audiences, value momentum. Demon Slayer respects that. Hidden details most viewers missed? The Hanafuda earrings Tanjiro wears aren't random. They connect to sun breathing, the original breathing style. But more importantly, the design resembles rising sun imagery, symbolizing hope breaking through darkness. Also, many demon backstories happen in snowfall. Snow in Japanese symbolism often represents purity or a quiet ending. Demons remembering their humanity under falling snow visually suggests cleansing before death. Ufotable subtly enhances this with lighting. Warm tones during human flashbacks, cold blues during demon violence. Now, for a grounded theory. Why did Demon Slayer hit harder globally than other well-animated shonen? Because it arrived at the perfect emotional moment. Post-2016 entertainment was saturated with morally gray anti-heroes and grim-dark narratives. By 2019, audiences were subconsciously craving sincerity. Tanjiro doesn't break bad. He doesn't compromise his values. He cries openly. And that vulnerability became aspirational. Even the villains aren't evil for evil's sake. Most demons were once broken humans manipulated by Muzan. The core conflict isn't good versus evil. It's healing versus corruption. That universal framing travels well internationally. Let's also acknowledge something practical. The anime boosted manga sales at an unprecedented level. After the anime aired, Demon Slayer's manga sales skyrocketed into the tens of millions. It became a feedback loop. New anime fans bought the manga. Manga readers promoted the anime. Social media amplified both. And because the manga had a clear ending, not an endlessly stretched narrative, fans trusted the story wouldn't collapse under its own weight. That trust matters. So why does this matter for future arcs? Because Demon Slayer's core theme is inherited will. Every Hashira carries a predecessor's expectations. Tanjiro carries his father's dance. Rengoku carries his mother's teachings. Even villains carry trauma passed down. As the story progresses, the conflict isn't just about defeating Muzan. It's about whether the next generation can break cycles of suffering. And that's why the emotional stakes keep rising without needing overly complicated plot twists. Demon Slayer became a global phenomenon because it understood balance, spectacle and simplicity, tradition and modern animation, tragedy and hope. It didn't try to outsmart the audience. It tried to move them. So here's the real question. If Demon Slayer had average animation, would it still have conquered the world? Or was it the perfect storm of timing, technology, and timeless storytelling? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you enjoy deep anime breakdowns like this, make sure to subscribe and hit like. We've got more cinematic analyses coming soon. Until next time, keep breathing.